Synaxarion. A Synaxarion is the name given in the Eastern Orthodox, Oriental Orthodox and Eastern Catholic churches to a compilation of hagiographies corresponding roughly to the martyrology of the Roman Church. There are two kinds of synaxaria: simple synaxaria, lists of the saints arranged in the order of their anniversaries, e.g., the calendar of Morcelli.Historical synaxaria, including biographical notices, e.g., the Menologion of Basil II and the Synaxarium of Sermon. The notices given in the historical synaxaria are summaries of those in the great monologies, or collections of lives of saints, for the 12 months of the year. As the lessons in the Byzantine divine office are always lives of saints, the Synaxarion became the collection of short lives of saints and accounts of events whose memory is kept. Definitions. The exact meaning of the name has changed at various times. Its first use was for the index to the biblical and other lessons to be read in church. In this sense it corresponds to the Latin capitularium comes. Then the Synaxarion was filled up with the whole text of the pericopes to be read. As far as the Holy Liturgy was concerned, this meant that it was essentially transformed into the Gospel and Apostle books. Synaxarion remained the title for the index to the other lessons. Without changing its name, it was filled up with complete texts of these lessons. The mere index of such lessons is generally called Menologion-Hagiographies, a book now hardly needed or used, since the Typicon supplies the same, as well as other information. Certain calendars extant in the Middle Ages were also called synaxaria. Krumbacher describes those composed by Christopher of Mytilene and Theodore Prodromus. Examples. The oldest historical synaxaria apparently go back to the 10th century. There are a great number of medieval synaxaria extant in manuscript. They are important for Byzantine hagiography and church history. The short lives that formed the lessons were composed or collected by various writers. Of these, Simeon Metaphrastes is the most important. The accounts are of very varying historical value. Emperor Basil II ordered a revision of the Synaxarion, which forms an important element of the present official edition. The Synaxarion is not now used as a separate book. It is incorporated in the Menai. The account of the Synaxarion is read in the Orthros after the 6th ode of the canon. It is printed in its place here, and bears each time the name Synaxarion as title. Synaxarion then in modern use means not the whole collection, but each separate lesson in the Menai and other books. An example of such a Synaxarion will be found in Dils, op. cit. Infra IXLIX. The publication of the Arabic text of the Synaxarion of the Coptic Orthodox Church was started simultaneously by J. Forget in the Core script, Orient, and by Arbacid in the Patrologia Orientalis, and that of the Ethiopian Synaxarion was begun by I.e.g.the in the Patrologia Orientalis. The Armenian Synaxarion, called the Synaxarion of.Der Israel, was published at Constantinople in 1834, and again in Patrologia Orientalis. There are also various Georgian Synaxaria. Byzantine usage. During the Eastern Orthodox and Greek Catholic divine services, the reading of the Synaxarion will take place after the 6th ode of the canon at Matins or at the Divine Liturgy. The Synaxaria may be printed in a separate volume or may be included with other liturgical texts such as the Menai and Martyrology.